So, you may remember that when Alex Jones was involved in his custody battle, one interesting thing came up. He admitted to the court that he was an entertainer. That the Alex Jones you see on InfoWars is not the Alex Jones of real life. And I said at the time, I wonder if this will open the door to him to be sued. And guess what? Turns out the parents of parents of Sandy Hook are now going to sue Alex Jones. I can't blame them. Anyone who's been following this since, 2012? Was it 2012? I think it was 2012. When it all happened in the US, Jones was the biggest pusher that this was fake, and there have been other minor characters that he has even had on his show that have also pushed this agenda. But he, you can say, has been the main antagonist in all of this. And you've only got to look at what has happened to some of these parents. Because you've got some parents who have been like, I've been harassed, I've had death threats, I've had all sorts of stuff thrown at me. You've had one case in particular of a parent who got harassed so much they moved states, and then that harassment continued to the point where the harasser ended up in jail. And this, to this day, still continues. These people still say, they don't still say, they have shown to the fact they still get phone calls from these, Sandy Hooks was a hoaxer people saying, your children are still alive, or you're lying that your child died, you're just a crisis actor. All this stuff still goes on today. It's shocking that it still does. There are enough videos and evidence out there to show that it wasn't a hoax, but you've got people who are so boiled up in this they can't undo themselves. And I've said it before, when people get into conspiracy theories, they end up spinning this cocoon of conspiracies around them. And it's not just one conspiracy, because if you believe in one conspiracy, then all of a sudden you have to start believing in at least 5 or 6 others to make your original conspiracy you start believing in to have any validation. And then those 6 you now believe have another 6 completely of themselves that you now have to start believing in. So as you can see, you start believing in one, then all of a sudden they just end up cocooned, and it just goes on and on and on. And then them trying to get out of it, out of this cocoon. When I first started this channel, I've said before, I started going after conspiracy theories and debunking Alex Jones. And over the time, I had I'd had about 3 or 4 people over the years come to me and say, I've been trying to get out of Alex Jones, get out of this cocoon, and they all had very similar experiences of, if you start to believe one thread, then you must believe the others. And as they said, they just get cocooned, and when they start to come out of it, they start to unravel. And sometimes, if that unraveling starts to happen, they start to really kick out. And if you want to go back to some of my most earliest videos, you can see people doing just that. Even now, over Brexit, you can still ironically see that. But yeah, am I surprised Jones is being sued? No. I think it's been a long time coming. I know he was sued by Chobani, which I know he lost. So maybe this is just the start of many more times we'll see in the headlines Alex Jones sued for, or Alex Jones sued for this. But I was actually asked a long time ago this exact question. Why don't these people who Jones and Ike and all these people make stuff up about, sue them. Well, this is quite complicated, because if you sue someone, let's say you cut off the head, the problem is the body is still there. It will still be writhing, and just because the head is gone, the chances are it will just sprout a new head and keep on going. You know, if you sue one of these guys, it won't kill the conspiracy. It will just possibly even make these people even more rabid. So do I support them suing Jones? Yes. To be honest, they've gone through that much harassment, and this guy is the prime cause of much of that harassment. Yeah, he absolutely deserves it. And I have no doubt that the lawyers will have gone over the fact that, look, even if you sue Jones, there is no guarantee all this harassment you are still getting will stop. I'm sure the lawyers have been over that with them. But at least if they, you know, stop Jones and make him confess live on air that all his, you know, Sandy Hook stuff was a hoax and it was fake, and he admits that it was fake, and they force him to say that, then it might stop a good majority of people, and it might make other people realise that, yeah, it's a hoax, it's not worth, you know, it might it might dampen the fire. They'll still be there, but at least it'll be, shall we say, a lot damper than it was before. So, Jones being sued, good thing, bad thing? Long run, who knows? Who knows, basically. That's the thing. And will this open him to more lawsuits? Absolutely. But the other thing it will open up to as well is, as I said at the beginning, there are other people who are problems, who propagated massively this, you know, Sandy Hook's hoaxer thing. If they win, they will now be able to go after those other people as well. And it's highly likely it will, as I said, start to really dampen the fires of this. And maybe, for once, these people can, you know, finally get some sleep. And maybe having that constant trauma being brought back to them. So, you know, good for them, I say.